Hello all, this is Nagendra here, presenting you task number 4 as Data Science and Business Analytics intern at the Sparks Foundation. The objective of the task is to perform exploratory data analysis on the dataset Global Terrorism. So, for this task, we need to import the following libraries, that is NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, MATLAB, Matplotlib. Okay, so this is the dataset we are having in order to perform the task, that is global terrorism.csv. Okay, in this dataset, if you can observe here, there are 135 columns. Hello, it's a quite large dataset. It contains around 135 columns and thousands of records. We can see the column names as well. Here you can see this many number of columns: event ID, year, month, day, all these columns we have in this dataset. So all these columns we don't require for this particular task, so we are going to filter it out the best necessary required columns. So we are selecting only required columns from the original dataset, and we are again renaming the columns for better understanding. Okay, after selecting and renaming the columns, we get the dataset which has around 181,000 rows and 19 columns. So these are the columns: year, month, day, country name, state, region, city, all these things. Okay, so if we explore the dataset, we have total 19 columns and 181,691 rows, out of which some of the columns have null values. Let us see which of the columns are having null values. So these are the state columns, and the city, longitude, latitude, and the target, summary, all these things are having some null values. Okay, we need to impute those null values. Here for this task purpose we are just inputting with the 0. Okay, zeros. Okay, now let us observe the correlation among the columns of the dataset. If you observe here, only few, 2 or 3 columns are having closely correlated. That is, the column killed is closely related to the column affected, and the wounded column is also highly correlated with the affected column. Okay, and the affected column also correlated with the killed column. These are the only 3 columns that are highly correlated with each other, and remaining are not all that related with the other columns. So next we can see number of attacks per each year. So in 1971 471, and 1973 473. Likewise we have number of attacks for each years up to 2000. Let us visualize the number of attacks per each year. So if we can see here, in the 2014 we have highest number of attacks, around 16,000 attacks we have. You can see based on the data we have. So up to 2017 we are having the data. So we can also see the type of attack they have actually made. So in this category we have bombing and explosion. This is the highest number of bombing and explosion is the mostly used attack type, and then armed assault, assassination, all these things are the attack type they have employed actually. We can also visualize this attack type with using graph. So similarly we have most frequently terrorist groups involved in attacks, in which Taliban's are at the top, and Islamic terrorist groups. These are the terrorist groups. They have these are the terrorist group involved in attacks. This also you can visualize with the graph. So here, Taliban's are the uh, top group, and we are also have some unknown values. So in the known values, we have Taliban's on the top. Again, we can also see the most used weapon type. Yeah, we have already seen this. Explosives are the most targeted type is private citizens and private citizens and private property. They are mostly they targeted private citizens a lot, and after that military, they have targeted military people, and then police, government, business. These are the most frequent target types on which terrorism is mostly imposed. I mean, mostly targeted. Next, we can also visualize the wounded versus killed in the terror attacks. See, in each year, this color represents killed number, and this color represents the wounded number. Okay, and we can finally see hotspots of terror attacks. So based on the data we have, we can found Iraq as the major country where major Iraq is the top country where major terror attacks are happening, and the next Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Colombia. These are the top countries where major terror attacks are being happened. We can also visualize this using bar graphs. Iraq is on the top, then Pakistan. Okay, you can also see the top states where the terror attack number is very high. The first one is the Baghdad, where it's up to now 7,645 attacks have been taken place in the northern island. Okay, these are the states where the major terror attacks have been taken place. Okay, next we can also see the cities with most attacks, where Baghdad is the city with 7,589. Next, Karachi, Lima, Mosul. These are the cities with highest number of terror attacks. Okay, we can also see the regions where Middle East and North Africa has been the top of the list with the highest number of terror attacks, and then South Asia, South America. Okay, now let us have the clear overview of terror attacks, hard zones or hard spots. So what I have done here is I have grouped the data country wise and the state wise. We have the state for each country we have the state for each country we have the states with the number of attacks. Okay, so as we saw above, with highest number of attacks, top 10 countries with highest number of attacks. So in each of these countries I have separated, I have grouped the data with the states. So in each country we have, these are the top 3 states with highest number of attacks. So in Iraq, Baghdad is the state where there are 7,644 attacks. So likewise I have grouped the data with the top countries. In each country we have I have also grouped with states as well. So similarly I have grouped the data set with the country wise and state wise, and also with the city wise. So as a defense analyst we can find these are the hard zones, and these are the conclusions I have made on the data set. Thank you very much.